Hey everyone, this is Steven, StoicDev0 on Twitter. I'm a Solidity dev at Remark, co-author of the AVM implementation of the protocol, together with 3 merged GIPs. This is part of the first project series, where I teach you how I built Snake Soldiers. Remember, this is a personal project, it just happens to use Remark. In the previous video, we learned how to add phases and ranks, also known as tiers. We also added getters for total supply and max supply. In this video, we will add the actual minting functionality by phase and ranks. I will start by adding some errors I know I'm gonna need. If the user tried to mint over the max supply, if he sends the wrong price, or if he's trying to mint to address 0, and also to check if the sale is not open. I'm also adding a minted event, just here. We could use the transfer event and filter by from being 0 to detect the new mints, but that wouldn't give me the rank, so I will add this. Next, I will add some other constants that will be useful to know where I should start minting. I will call them offsets. So the idea is that the generals will start after the ID 0, commanders will start after all the generals, so this is the total number of generals we could have, and soldiers will start after these two. Together with the offsets, I will add a private function to get the right offset according to the rank. I will also add a function to get the price per mint. The price per mint might be useful to an external user, so we will leave it public. Rank offset is probably useless outside of this contract. Now let's start with our minting function. First thing we will do is some checks. We want to make sure the phase is not 0, which means sale wouldn't be open. We want to make sure that the user is minting at least 1 token. We want to make sure it's not going over the max supply after these tokens are minted. And we are also checking the price that we required. So we get it from the price per mint according to the rank times the number of NFTs we're minting. In case the price is not what we expect, even if it's higher, we will raise this error. Now let's find our boundaries. So the next token will be equal to the total supply. So this is the number of tokens that have been minted for this rank, plus the rank offset. So if I'm minting soldiers, I should start at 200 or something, and plus 1 because it's the next token. This uncheck makes things just a bit cheaper. We should only do it if we're certain that this won't raise a math error, like an overflow or an underflow. Finally, we look what's the upper limit. So that would mean the next token plus the number we're trying to mint. Now we have an interesting problem. We're minting tokens from 3 different ranks and we don't want them to have the same asset. So we'll create 3 constants here and we will assume these assets already exist, or at least that they will exist when I'm minting the tokens. We go back to our minting function. We'll create a for loop where we go through the next token to the total supply, so all the tokens we're planning to mint. We call the internal function, which is already available for us. And this is the trick I was promising. According to whether I am a soldier, a commander, or a general, I will set a different asset ID. I will directly add the asset token and directly accept it. So once this minting finishes, this token already has an asset and is already in the accepted or the active list. I call this a trick because usually adding an asset to a token is a 3-step process. You need to add the asset, add it to the token, and then accept it. Since we have access to the internal functions here, we can bypass all these steps. I recommend doing this only on the minting function, because we want to always give control to the user after he's bought the token. I'll finish this method by emitting the mint event, and I will go back just a bit to remember that the user, the buyer, sent the value here, so he's paying with the native token. So we need a way for the collection issuer to get that money, right? To keep building. So we add the method to withdraw raised. This is only callable by the owner, and it will just transfer the amount raised so far to the address he tells. As usual, we run prettier. We check how we're doing on size. getting closer. And that's it for the video. On the next one, we will see how to reveal the element and the snake. Thank you, see you next.